Caution! You're about to digest a product referred to as the Not So Yucky news. This news product is not recommended for viewers who have an insatiable need to swim in negativity. If after viewing the Not So Yucky news you find yourself developing a strong emotional attachment to it, we recommend doubling or even tripling your dosage. This product contains copious amounts of positive, inspirational, educational, and entertaining occurrences. Side effects from watching this program may include smiling, laughter, optimism, the perception of free flight, and extended periods of giddiness. In some cases, positive cerebral development was noted in non-laboratory humans. If care for euphoria longer than 4 hours occurs, share it with a friend. This program does not require a prescription or copay of any kind. Please use flagrantly.
Welcome to the Not So Yucky news here on the Braincasting Company Network at Bally's Hotel and Casino in fabulous Las Vegas. This is our first episode, so welcome to Notes, people. What is the Not So Yucky news? Well, it's easy. It's news that's not yucky. It's pretty simple. We're going to give you a 30-minute break from reality and hopefully provide you with a few smiles. We don't talk politics or negative events, hence the name Not So Yucky. Let's get into our headlines, with tomorrow being August 16th. That is a Thursday, and it is National Tell a Joke Day. That is not to be confused with National Tell an Old Joke Day, so we do not want to hear any jokes like, why did the chicken cross the road? Sorry, Bob. So, you ever wonder where the first joke actually came from? Like, who did the first joke? When? So, I decided to go digging. Like, was it the Neanderthals? Were there two cavemen sitting side by side, and one of his guys was like really sad, and he's like, well, what do I do? How do I make him not sad? I need to make him laugh. Do I tell like some brontosaurus joke? Who knows? Like, who created Funergy? So I went digging, and I found the 3 oldest jokes known to mankind. Coming in at the 3rd oldest joke, which is approximately 3,500 years old. This joke was found on a Babylonian tablet, along with like 5 other jokes, which is kind of like graffiti back then. And when it was loosely translated, it turns out that the 3rd oldest joke is actually a yo mama joke. Yep. 3rd oldest joke is a yo mama joke. Yeah, I believe that. So coming in at number 2, the 2nd oldest joke known to mankind was approximately 1600 BC. And this was told by 2 guys hanging out on the Nile, talking about a woman who was dressed in fishnet walking out along the Nile. And when I say fishnet, I'm pretty much thinking it was actually fishnet back then. And they talked about her, and they decided to tell something kind of weird about her. And this turned out to be the world's first sex joke. Yep, 2nd oldest joke to mankind, a sex joke. Yeah. And coming in at number 1 dates back to 2300 BC, found on a Sumerian tablet. And believe it or not, when this joke was translated, turns out that this was a fart joke. Yep. I got nothing else to say. Fart joke. Oldest joke, fart joke. That's it. There's nothing else you can say from there. So here we are, hundreds of thousands of centuries later, and we still laugh at the same 3 jokes. That means with all this amazing technology and the brilliance of mankind, we are still a pretty simple being. And I'm not sure that's a bad thing. It's kind of cool, right? So when it gets right down to it, we like to laugh. And laughing makes us happy, and it takes away a lot of negative stuff in our lives. So when you wake up tomorrow, get up. And you don't have to think about all the crazy stuff on social media and listen to some of the bad stuff on the news. And just get up and say, I'm going to tell my friend a joke. I'm going to make him laugh. Cool? All right. So let's get over to Saturday, August 16th, because that is National Honeybee Day. Yep, you got it. And before I say anything, I'm going to let these guys tell you about National Honeybee Day.
What up, everybody? What up? What's good? The honeybees are here straight from the hood. We only roll in two colors, yellow and black, and we been getting no respect, and it's getting kinda whack, y'all. Do you know what would happen if we just up and went? You'd be fooled by the facts if you knew just what it meant, yo. No more sweets, ice cream, and no more honey, no more veggies and fruit.
Yep. That's actually a really cool song because I could just listen to the rest of that. It's actually, you should go on YouTube and listen to that. It's awesome. But you know what? They have a pretty cool message because honeybees are actually dying off by the hundreds of thousands. They're like dropping like, well, flies. And the honeybee has a very, very important job. Mother Nature has given this thing like a big job. Their job is to pollinate things, and they pollinate some really, really important things that we need to survive. A lot of plants, a lot of vegetables, alfalfa and hay. And some of these things and some of these plants, besides like vegetables and things like that, like coffee and stuff like that, but alfalfa and hay, well, that's an important thing because in order for a cow to survive, they have to eat alfalfa and hay, and cows make dairy and milk. Well, and in order to have dairy and milk, you know, that's some important stuff. So when you think about it, do you think that we could survive in a world without bees? Maybe. But a bigger question is, can we survive in a world without ice cream and cheese and coffee? Well, I don't think so. At least I don't want to. So when you get up on Saturday, think about the honeybee and maybe go to honeylove.org and check out a honeybee event near you. And then we're going to roll right into that, and we're going to go to another cool day called National Senior Citizen Day. And that is on Tuesday, August 21st. And this is where we can honor the elderly folks in the world, or as the rest of us call them, the old people. And I can call them that because I'm kind of getting up there, and I understand that now. So I think some of us can remember either having a grandparent or a neighbor teaching us how to make our first funny face, or being our first pal, or maybe even running around and acting goofy and playing dress up with them. And I don't know if we actually have thought about it or remember or even understand that there's definitely one or two or more people, old people in our lives, that have taught us about strength, and a lot of strength. And I think that we never realize, and I don't even know if some of the actual old people in the world realize, that every single one of the old folks and the senior citizens are actually walking around with a magic box full of secret answers. All of them. Doesn't matter who they are. And they've earned that through life. And the young people have no idea how valuable these old people are. And you know how I know that? Is because I'm getting old, and I've got this little tiny bag, and I've got like 3 answers. But I hang around with some older people, and now I understand how valuable they are. And if they could have saved me a lot of mistakes in my life now, I would have been so grateful, but I didn't understand that back then, and neither will you, so, you know, that's part of life. So when you get up on Saturday, in reality, I believe that every day should be Senior Citizens Day, because senior citizens, to me, are kind of like superheroes because they do carry around magic bags of wonderness. So, speaking of something old, I believe that Mother Nature might have a funky forecast in our future.
Time now for your Weekend Funky Forecast. I'm Martiologist Martin Farrell, and we are in Coral Springs, Florida. I'm trying not to move because T-Rexes apparently hunt on sight. I'm going to try to do the forecast without moving a muscle. A little known fact, South Florida weather right now, oppressive, humid, hot all summer long. And scientists believe that in the days of this guy here, the Jurassic period, temperature was only 10 degrees warmer. A little odd, this guy getting together with his pals and heading down to the meadow and gorging on helpless herbivores. Let's get into the weekend forecast. Friday, pretty much the same story for the next 3 days. Friday, you're looking sunshine in the morning, and then that humidity, the clouds are going to move in. Everything's going to just come apart, it seems, because thunder showers, torrential downpours, all starting about 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, lasting into the early evening. High temperature for the daytime, 89 degrees. Low temperature for the overnight, 76. Forecast inside Monster Mini Golf, fun. Saturday, a little bit more sunshine during the day, but the afternoon is going to end up just the way Friday did, because all that humidity and all those clouds are going to be moving into the area. High temperature, 87 degrees. Low temperature going into Sunday, 75 degrees. But look at that afternoon. Absolute tumultuous weather with downpours, thunderstorms, a little bit of potential flooding here and there. A very, very turbulent Saturday. The forecast inside Monster Mini Golf, super. Sunday, not a Sunday at all. Clouds all day long, high levels of humidity, a little bit more windy that day too. Wind's gonna be gusting up around 14, 15 miles per hour. Combine that with fast-moving thunderstorms and showers in the afternoon. It is gonna be a crazy, zany Sunday. So, high temperature for that day, 89 degrees. Temperature going into next week, the low, 75. Forecast inside Monster Mini Golf, spectacular. Overall quality quotient for this weekend, can't give you a better number than a 3 out of 10. Before we take off from Monster Mini Golf, I want to see if we can find the owner, Felix. Felix, where are you? That could be your weekend forecast. I'm Martiologist Martin Farrell. Back to you, Suzanne.
Okay, apparently it is Make Up a Name Day, so thanks, George. All right. Well, I like to talk about a really cool movie I saw over the weekend, and we watched this at home, so it was free and it was awesome. The movie's called Boyhood. And the movie actually took 12 years to make. The screenwriter and director spent 12 years with these actors. And I could tell you a lot about it, but I'd rather show you the clip. So take a look at this.
Put the barrier up.
I don't wanna be your hero. I don't wanna be the big man. I just wanna fight with everyone else.
You guys ready to have some fun?
Yeah!
All right, don't worry about it.
Wish we could use the bumpers.
You don't want the bumpers. Life doesn't give you bumpers. God damn it.
We have a new student joining us today.
Hey, dude. Welcome to the suck.
Mom. Have you been drinking?
A little bit.
Oh, hey.
What do you want to be, Mason? What do you want to do?
Pretty cool. Well, honestly, it's a very dramatic movie. There's a lot of ups and downs in the movie, and yeah, props to Patricia Arquette. But one of my favorite messages in that movie is when the dad and the son are bowling, and he turns around, he looks at the son who wants to use the bumpers in bowling, and he says, "Bumpers? You don't need bumpers. Life doesn't come with bumpers." Holy cow, is that a great message, and so true. And there's a lot of good things and bad things in life, but you know, one of the things that makes life great is making a living doing something that you love. And with that being said, I think if you want to go out and do something cool for a living, you should absolutely go out, but give it your best shot. So sometimes you're not really sure what to do with your life, right? Well, we're going to meet Terry Border. And Terry Border does something pretty weird with his life, including write books. And this book is called Happy Birthday Cupcake. And you think it would be a cool happy birthday book? Well, this is a birthday party for the cupcake. That's just the beginning. Check this out.
This is where I'm from, Indianapolis, Indiana. We still live there. I used to want to be a cartoonist. And then later I tried my hand at some sculptures, mobiles, that kind of thing. But then I started twisting some wire because it's pretty cheap. It's a cheap material to work with. I started to add my own sense of humor, which is kind of weird, and then added my photography. And the end result were these funny pictures that I put on the internet called Ben Andret. Here I am at every party I've ever been to. I found an agent, got a book deal. People ask what one of my favorite photos is. Here it is, the photo of a sad egg on Mother's Day. I've gone to Brazil, been invited to Asia to show my work. It's been crazy. Now I work on picture books. I'm very lucky to have that job because it's a lot of fun. Here's my latest, Big Brother peanut butter. It's about a little peanut butter slice who becomes a big brother. Here he is walking in on his parents making babies. And at the end, don't tell anybody, but he finds out he is a big brother to a whole row of baby brothers and sisters. For this video, they've asked me if I have any advice that I can give. Well,
you ever get one of those ideas? Maybe you're talking with a friend. You say, wouldn't it be funny if, or you know what people need is blank. And maybe it sounds maybe fun to do. And it'd be something to do besides surfing the internet or watching TV. Well, guess what? Bet on yourself. Try something like that. Go out and have some fun. It might turn into something. And if not, you still have fun, right? So once again, bet on yourself. Make something. Get out there and do it. Okay? Do it. Go, 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 go.
Wow, thanks, Terry. I am pretty sure there is only one Terry Borda, and if you want to talk to Terry or reach out to him, you can check him out on social media below, and we will have folks like that on every episode of the Not So Yucky News, so stay tuned on that. And you know what else makes us a little bit different here on the Not So Yucky News is that we employ some youngins. We do, and with that, we have people like Sienna and Ava on our staff, and I'm not going to tell you much more than it's about time to hit the road. Well, looks like we landed at the Flying Fish Restaurant in Arlington, Texas. And this restaurant is pretty cool. It's very, very mom and pop. Casual, funky looking, very affordable, but there's something very unique about this restaurant. It's actually the World Adoption Center for the Billy Bass fish. Remember this thing? Yep. This thing, the singing fish, like everybody in the whole world had one, and hopefully every single one is there now. Sienna, help me out with this, please.
Hi, I'm Sienna Hernandez, reporting for Not So Yucky News. Right now, I'm in Arlington, Texas, at the Flying Fish restaurant. Now, you may be wondering why there's a whole bunch of plastic fish behind me. Well, that's the Billy Bass fish. My crazy boss sent me here. This place is so cool. Not only do they have really great food, you could put a Billy Bass fish up for adoption. This is so cool, and if you put it up for adoption, you get to have a free catfish dinner. And it is so yummy. Now, you know what makes my job even crazier? Now, as dumb as it sounds, my dad had an extra one of these things hanging around the house. Not one, but two. And at least he let me bring it today. Now, this is holy mackerel. This is the fish that me and my dad made, and yes, it looks a little weird, but it's pretty cool if you ask me. Thank you for watching. See you next time.
Thanks, Sienna. I only have two things to say to you. One, I am so jealous that you got to go to the Flying Fish. And two, really? Your dad had two of those Billy Bass things? Two? Man, I don't have any advice for you there. Maybe somebody does. Ugh.
Hi everyone, my name's Ava, I'm 11 years old, and I know things. Welcome to Ava's Advice. I'm here to give you advice. What kind of advice, you ask? Any kind. For example, homework, sports, friends, family, and that's my brother Zach.
Sup?
As you can see, we're in my father's kiss room. He collects kiss stuff. Moving on to some questions. Kendall asks, Dear Ava, I hope this is not a silly question, but there's only one way to say this. I like playing with and collecting American Girl dolls, but I'm afraid people will judge me for it. My friends at school always say how weird they are. Should I give up my obsession or have to face being the least popular person in school? Kendall, are you serious? My dad's a grown man and he still collects kiss stuff. And why would you stop doing something that you love just because people are judging you for it? If you like playing with those American Girl dolls, you play with them. Patrick writes, Dear Ava, I want to save money for a new bike. What is the best way to save? Well, Patrick, you need to remember rule number 8 of the Buffett rule. Don't be a day trader. Make sound investment decisions. As a new investor, I recommend 80% stocks and 20% bonds.
Buffett rule!
Buffett rule. Billy asked, Dear Ava, my 76-year-old neighbor, Miss Brown, asked me to take care of her cat Whiskers for a few days. It has been 2 days, and I can't find Whiskers anywhere. What should I do? Billy, you're screwed. That's all the time that we have for today. If you have any questions and need some advice, email me at ava@braincastinglive.com. And watch me on the Not So Yucky News. All the information you need will be on the screen below. Remember, I'm Ava, and I know things.
Well, thanks, Ava. And you heard it here. If you need advice, see Ava because she definitely knows things. This will not be dull, and it'll be on every episode. Awesome. Next up, we have two things that we're going to do on every episode as well that allow us to pay it forward. First one is something we call the Party Pass. And this is going to be from the folks at Monster Mini Golf. We're going to give away a birthday party or a corporate event on every single episode of the Not So Yucky News. So you get to party at Monster Mini Golf. On the golf course, you'll have a private party room. You get to play some games. We'll do some fun stuff. You can be adults. You can be kids. Whatever it is, you can enjoy a good time at the place, and this is going to be a $300 party pass. That's right, you get $300 you can use at any Monster Mini Golf location. Pretty cool, right? Wondering how to enter? Well, all you have to do is go to monsterminigolf.com/party pass, and every 2 weeks we will be right here picking the winner. And this cool little program below me is going to be spinning these little names round and round and round and round and round and round and round, and then bam, winner. And the winner is going to be Shannon Betcher? Shavon Betcher? And hopefully I will be able to pronounce these names each week. If not, I will be spelling you these names each week. Bottom line is you will win $300 party pass to any Monster Mini Golf that you like. Go to monsterminigolf.com/party pass to enter. Doesn't cost anything to enter, and we'll be doing it on every episode of the Not So Yucky News. Next up, we have something that's kind of cool. We go into a little bit of music, a little bit of rock and roll, and it's called For the Love of Rock. We'll be giving away concert tickets to the concert of your choice, but I think this video can explain it much better than I am right now, so check this out. There are very few things that can bring an entire world together, and I believe that music is one of those incredibly wonderful things. Songs emotionally connect us to moments throughout our entire lives. And there's always that one song or artist that's extra special to us. That's pretty awesome, right? Well, there's something even better than that. It's watching your favorite artist perform live on stage. Your idol, right there in front of you, with thousands of other people side by side with you, feeling their own, yet the same emotional connection too. I think everyone should experience at least one live show once in their life. The problem is the cost of the average concert ticket has become unaffordable for some folks. Well, we hear you. My name is Christina Battagliano, and our team thinks it's time to pay it forward. So we're going to buy somebody out there 2 tickets to the show of your choice. And we're going to do this on every episode of a new show called the Not So Yucky News, premiering Wednesday, August 15th on the Braincasting Company Network at braincastinglive.com. The show is free to watch, doesn't cost anything to enter, and you can be from literally anywhere in the world. The winner's going to be announced on the show. All you got to do to enter is tell us who you want to go see, where you'd like to see them, and why. It's really that simple. And maybe you'll be standing in front of your hero soon. More details on how to enter below. And remember, this is happening on every episode of the Not So Yucky News, premiering Wednesday, August 15th on the Braincasting Company Network at braincastinglive.com. See you soon. Well, that is pretty cool. And if you want to know how to enter that one, you go to braincastinglive.com/love of rock. Again, does not cost anything to enter at all, and we'll pick a winner here back in 2 weeks. And that pretty much wraps up our show today. And big thanks to Scott and Alexis for enduring this first 30 minutes of this, which felt like 27 hours. Really, really did. But big thanks, and thanks to anybody out there who is actually watching this show today. And I'd like to leave you with something very important before we take off. We'll be back in 2 weeks, but very, very important. You need to remember that it is illegal to sell your eyeballs in the state of Texas. Other than that, see you in 2 weeks.